out the jibber jabber. Don't be babbling like a fool. Say what you got to say. That's all. Then shut your dang pie hole.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. It is the Friday free for all, but it's the free for frickin' all today. I tell you, Friday. It is just number one. It's been a rough week, and I'm glad you're here with me, putting up with all this shit. The stuff in Europe, the stuff in America, the stuff downtown, the stuff in DC. We've got each other. This is what we do. We not only do we share information, share thoughts, share ideas, but we support each other. And I'm getting that more and more these days. In fact, I've got an email that Jolene sent through from, we'll just give, I don't want to use his real name because there's no permission to do that. But I'll just say this. Hey, Randy, how you doing, man? There's a fake name for you. Randy, you know who you are. He says, I've been watching John for over, and he has a very long number. Having John's channel has kept me from sinking deep into depression and giving me hope for a better tomorrow. Keep up the good work, John. Thank you, Randy. In fact, the reason I chose Randy is the Bob and Tom show. They had a guy named Randy there. They're like, that's enough, Randy. Anyways, Randy, I appreciate your support, and I'm glad you get support from this channel and from people who are here. Uman, talk to me about Randy after the show. Now, folks, Google, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, every mainstream media, big tech, social media channel has done everything they can to destroy you and me and us and everybody and take us out and demoralize us and break us. That's what propaganda is designed to do. Literally, propaganda is designed to demoralize and take away your will to fight. That's why militaries have engaged in propaganda warfare. Psychological warfare, even though they didn't call it that. They would drop leaflets over their enemy when they had airplanes, and the leaflets would fly down and say, surrender now, we'll give you food, because people would be starving in war. Surrender now, and we'll allow you to live, meaning, oh shit. I mean, the propaganda was so scary for the Japanese in World War II that they thought that when the Marines hit the shores on the mainland, that they were going to run and slaughter and kill all the men, women, and children and do many, many horrifying things besides. That's how the propaganda worked. Now, that is very, shall we say, offensive propaganda. What the mainstream media is engaged in is both offensive, not only attacking us, but offending our good senses, as discussed with all this LGB crap, but they've been on a defensive propaganda stage saying, you can't talk, you can't say that, that's misinformation, right? Misinformation and disinformation and malinformation, it's dangerous because it causes people to think wrong. It influences their decision-making with lies, and it causes people to act out violently. You mean like the 2020 BLM lies they tell and the 2020 BLM bullshit that was spread across the country by not only BLM, not only college turds, not only social media, but also mainstream media spreading their lies and bullshit, which caused real violence that was joined by Antifa and their propaganda and their lies and their malinformation and their misinformation all through the summer of love, with mostly peaceful protesting as buildings burned in raging, hideous infernos. That was fine. But you get 150 pissed off patriots standing around on the steps of Congress being gassed, shot with rubber bullets, shot with tear gas bullets, hit with, you guessed it, concussion grenades, which cause what? Concussion, flashbang, as well as being batoned and punched with fists. 2 people died from beatings Several others were hospitalized with beating injuries. 4 patriots died that day. 1 was shot to death. Ashley Babbitt. And then they want to go, okay, no more talking about stuff and having lies because it's bad, right? YouTube silenced us. What did it cost this channel? What did it cost every Patriot channel out there? They got strikes, and when you get strikes, you're removed, you're silenced, you're blackout. You get a strike for that, they quit promoting your channel ever again. You get strikes for misinformation, and it costs thousands and tens of thousands and millions of dollars to the Patriot community because of advertising revenue that would have gone out to all these little channels, including this little channel. They fucked us and fucked us and fucked us, folks. But guess what? YouTube is now reversed course about election misinformation and their censorship. Basically, their propaganda. That anything we have to say is a lie, not true, and it's dangerous. Well, folks, I've got an article written by Brian Lupo. And I've got YouTube's quote. Here's what they have to say. In the current environment, meaning now we're coming up to an election and the Democrats need to lie and the social media needs to lie and Antifa and BLM and the LGB crowd and everyone on the left need to lie their asses off and get away with it. In the current environment, election coming up, we find that while removing this content does curb some misinformation, it could also have the unintended effect of curtailing political speech without meaningfully reducing the risk of violence or other real-world harm. So what they're saying is they had the effect. What they wanted was to reduce the risk of violence or other real-world harm. The unintended effect of curtailing political speech without meaningfully reducing. So they wanted to curtail political speech, folks, but they thought there was some benefit to it. Meaning they thought they were stopping violence. Who's been violent since 2020? The political leftists, folks, starting with the St. George Floyd riots. I could literally talk about this for fucking hours. I'm going to do my best to get through it without blowing a fucking gasket. Reducing the risk of violence or other real-world harm. With that in mind, and with the 2024 campaigns well underway, we will stop removing content that advances false claims that widespread fraud, errors, or glitches occurred in the 2020 and other past U.S. presidential elections. This goes into effect today, Friday, June 2nd. As with any update to our policies, we carefully deliberated this change. So now they want to allow lies, folks, with the campaign well underway. They're going to allow content that advances false claims. What a bunch of fucking dicks. Literally. We carefully deliberated this change, meaning they weighed how much more can we get out of our lies than what they'll get with their lies. Because anything we say is a lie, and everything they say, they want to be true. In other words, they want to make up lies all they can. Now, I want to ask this question. Is YouTube going to reimburse channels they fucked out of income during strikes and blackout periods? Are they going to take off of the channel the anti-prepared mind algorithm blocker, which is keeping anyone from finding this channel on YouTube unless you know to look for the prepared mind? That's why I say hit this address up here, share the internet address, share the YouTube address if you're on YouTube. Share it publicly. You can share BitChute, you can share Rumble, share all the others as well. Share the preparedmind.club. You know, I was just talking earlier about how this channel was funded well when we had Patreon. And they fucked us out of everything on Patreon too. They fucked us on Patreon, folks. They screwed us over. That was making sure that bills got paid, that we had lots of spam in the frickin' thank you, man, in the pantry. Had everything was smooth sailing. We were doing pretty good. We weren't growing huge, except for that one time we got 10,000 more people in 1 month, and then they stomped us again. And then right after that, yeah, they killed us. They're fucking assholes. They're here to silence you, folks. They're going to continue to punish us, no doubt, with silencing, censoring algorithms. But we'll be able to tell our lies again, I guess, because of the unintended effect of curtailing political speech without doing anything except curtailing our political speech, because it didn't meaningfully reduce the risk of violence or other real-world harm. Because we, folks, aren't committing the acts of violence. It's the left-wing fruitcakes. Oh, shit. Message for my good electrician friend Rick in Texas. He says, you're cracking me up with the buy communist China and terrorist beer cans. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm going to cover that, Rick. That was fucking funny as fuck, I thought. But let me finish up with YouTube and their censorship shit. Every little channel that lost $100, $200, $300 because they're getting strikes and silenced and kicked in the ass and kicked in the fucking teeth and kicked around, will they get that money back? YouTube still puts up advertisements on videos that are not monetized, so YouTube can collect money while everyone else is silenced. It's bullshit, right? Now they're going to allow any misinformation and say any violence caused has nothing to do with left-wing lies, and they're going to lie their asses off for the 2024 elections, folks. They will lie their asses off. All right. Laughing my ass off, Rick. Fucking electricians are some of the funniest fucking people on the planet. I think it's because they've been zapped too many times. Anyways, the joke was, I don't want a fucking beer can with fruitcakes on it, but I would buy Bud Light if it had like your favorite terrorist on there, like if they had the terrorist lineup, like all those cards the military had with, you know, Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein and Ahmadinejad in Iran and the Ayatollah and, you know, all your favorite communist dictators and shit. You had your Hitler can and your fucking Vladimir Lenin can, all those, right? And then you got your good guy cans. You got all your American general cans, right? And all of your fucking Medal of Honor winner cans. You know, you would want to have those as collector items, right? These guys over here kick the shit out of these terrorists over here. Fucking Chairman Mao, whoo, you know, pow, beat that guy. I'll probably get a strike just for making a funny noise that's probably going to be considered racist. You know, you hit someone in the jaw and their head spins in circles, folks. They make funny noises. You know, your favorite communist, Che Guevara. You know, you're going to have your other Central American commies, Fidel Castro, your fucking Juan Perez can. Oh, shit. Anyways. Thank you, Rick. That was, I don't want any cans with these fucking sick fruitcakes on there. I don't even want them for free. I don't even want them to run them over with my truck or to shoot them with, you know, screw them. It's fucking Friday. Free for frickin' Friday, all right? Okay, let's do this. On Friday, I don't do my 30-minute monologue and then you guys. Let's mix it up. You know, let's go back and forth a little bit. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Mr. Uman, he is in the house. Do we want to? Okay, we're going to start here. This is a good one. It's pink. It's a pink J. It's Jane Dixon. And she says, I see our fearless politicians kicked the can down the road once again. Rhino comes to mind. What could Jane be talking about? What she's talking about is that our fearless, well, spineless leader, Speaker of the House McCarthy, who is supposed to be a Republican, he's actually a rhino, Republican in name only, because he agreed with Joe Biden that he should, as leader of the Republicans, agree with Joe Biden's budget, that he should abandon principles, abandon protection of the American people, abandon our rights and our Constitution. Fuck it, let's just spend more money than we take in. Let's leave on 87,000 IRS agents. Let's leave the border open to the south. All of these things could have been contingents before allowing Biden any success or victory at all, or any claim to it. He could have said, you'll close that border right now, motherfucker. We ain't signing shit until you close that motherfucking border off, like the Constitution says, like your oath says, protect this country from all enemies, foreign and domestic, protect the borders. The federal government only has a few jobs, folks, a few legitimate jobs. Border protection, international trade, monetary issues, postal service, border, secure our nation against enemies, against invasion. Sheesh. So yeah, they kicked the can down the road. They said, we'll take a couple of good things here, and that's supposed to outweigh all the bad shit. The American people are exposed to 87,000 new IRS agents. Thank you very much, McCarthy, you fuck. Right? This is what people are pissed. Americans are not happy anymore. No, we're done. Americans are pissed off. And they know it. They know it. Let me give you the example. Get your questions, your comments, your thoughts, your predictions, whatever you got down below. And I know that Orlando's got a good one out there. But let me tell you how Americans really feel. Internet users who have viewed Joe Biden's fall at the Air Force Academy graduation, bumping his stupid head on Marine One, which is the Marine helicopter that takes the president from the White House over to Andrews Air Force Base, where he gets on Air Force One, and then flies from Air Force One on Marine One over to the White House, bumps his head on it. No mercy. No mercy. They picked at him. They poked at him. They make fun of Joe. Let's go, Brandon. Fuck you, Joe Biden. Everything. America, how do you really feel? Go read what's being said about this piece of shit. Folks, let me tell you this. I'm going to take you back in history a little bit. And you can get a flavor for this if you watch the movie JFK. They cover it a little bit. JFK, his policies today would make him the most conservative Republican on the planet in politics. Not like us as libertarians who just want our freedoms. But for being a political animal, JFK's policies today were pro-America, pro-America, pro-America. He wanted to dissolve the CIA, folks. He was battling the FBI, though many didn't know it or realize it. J. Edgar Hoover, head of the FBI, the director his whole freaking life, was engaged in a Lockhorn battle with everyone in Washington, including every president that he could get dirt on. He was going to get rid of the CIA. He was going after the Treasury. He was going after the Federal Reserve. He was going after, folks, corruption. He was going after communists. But the people that did not like him, even though he sounds hardcore, he was still considered a frickin' communist back then. That's how left he was for the rest of America that was Republican. That's how hardcore every single Republican out there was in the 1960s. They were anti-communist. They were pro-freedom. Anti-communist. So much so that a man today who would be considered extremely conservative, radical even, they looked at him and went, left-wing piece of shit. And when he got shot in the head, a lot of people cheered. They thought that was great. So Joe Biden falls down on the stage and we laugh. Joe Biden bumps his head and we make jokes. That's not hate, folks. but it does express exactly how pissed off we are at these pieces of shit who keep selling us down the fucking river, and our kids and our grandkids and our country. It's been a hell of a week. What do you want to talk about? This is the Prepared Minds America. What do you want to talk about? What's on your mind? What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? Seriously, folks, what matters to you? You can put that down in a comment down below. What matters to you? What's important to you? What's more important, social crap or legal stuff? What's more important? I want to know. Because you put it down below. You don't have to make any grand statement. You don't have to sound like a political expert. I just want to know, what does the average American find to be important? Seriously. In California, folks, I was born in California, and I almost can say I was proudly born in California back in 1970. Born in Los Gatos, California, which is South Bay. It's now the Silicon Valley. I couldn't afford a 1 foot by 1 foot plot of land in that fucking area. And California used to be a lot of things besides the land of fruits and nuts. You know, it used to be an agricultural empire, a mining empire, a timber empire, as well as an industrial manufacturing mecca. California, folks. From its beautiful vistas and mountains to the redwood forest to the just incredible deserts, Death Valley. I mean, just it's a horrible name, but it'll fucking kill you in a second if you let it. But it's such a beautiful state. Oceans, bays, rivers, just everything. Now it's a shithole. But there are still a lot of good people there fighting the good fight. What's important to them, right? Well, in North Hollywood, California, the parents had a huge protest at their school. And their chants were, stop grooming our kids, because of a pride assembly that was being held there. You know what? Take your fucking kids out of the school. Stop relying on the school to be your babysitter. Stop it. I mean, I remember this passage, and it's in the Bible, and it reads something like this: "Come out of her, my people." Right? Awake from Babylon's spell. People are spellbound. They're confused. They think that what's being told to them is the truth. You're being hypnotized and fooled and tricked by these crazy wacko leftist bastards. And that's how they've got so far, is they've lulled everyone to sleep, to not pay attention. That's what they've done. Come out of her. In other words, wake the hell up. This spell that's been cast on the world. Start accepting fruitcakes. Allow criminals and freaks to run free, right? Empty the prisons into the streets. We don't need that. Look what people are getting for it. Look what they're getting for it. I mean, it's only okay to have drag queens at school if you would allow a drag queen to sleep in bed with your spouse. If you're good with that, then I guess having them with your kids at school is fine too. Right? That's pretty much a good way to use as a fucking measuring stick. I'm not going to trust anyone with my kids or grandkids if I couldn't trust them to sleep in bed with my spouse. Or me, for that matter. In other words, ain't no one getting near my kids or grandkids, because there ain't no one getting near me in bed either. Right? So why the fuck would you allow anyone near your kids? Especially one of these fruitcakes that I wouldn't want in my city, much less in my house or near it. Good God. I mean, are we fucking lost or what? All right. Come out of her, my people. Wake the hell up. All right. I think we've got a good super duper comment question, and let's see if we can get it. Mr. Uman, is it prepared? Have you got it ready? And it is. It's a two-parter coming from Orlando. And he says, I saw a small report about Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is a comedian, actor, celebrity. And I have to be very careful as I read Orlando's statement because, well, while I can now talk about the 2020 election without fear of us all being shut down, I still can't say shit about Cerveza Bug or the Jim Jones juice. So I got to be careful. So some words may change here. Orlando says, I saw a small report about Jamie Foxx, who's been mysteriously sick since April. Now a report claims that he's partially paralyzed and blind due to a blood clot in the brain. Before we put up part 2 of the statement, Uman, let's talk about this. Have we heard for the past, I don't know, fucking year and 2 years about people who have had blood clots causing strokes, right? Failure of organs, heart attacks, people having neurological problems. Going blind is a fucking neurological issue, folks. I guess also it could be caused by a stroke. I'm not a doctor, but how many thousands and thousands and thousands of doctors have been told to shut the hell up? You're not allowed to talk. How many political science, political experts, how many election experts and everyone else were told you can't talk anymore? So I guess I got to be very careful about what I talk about. But Jamie Foxx, he's suffering from something that many thousands and hundreds of thousands have complained about since Operation Warp Speed. Now I want to make sure everyone understands that Operation Warp Speed was started under President Trump. And they introduced the nasty Jim Jones juice to the world, which no Democrat would take because Trump is the one who is responsible for it. But now Joe Biden is president, so that makes it just fine. Everyone go get it now. So yes, Jamie Foxx. He's been sick April, May, and now it's June. Partially paralyzed, blind. Let's see. Eric Clapton got the Jim Jones juice and lost control of his hands. That's right. He had a neuromuscular reaction to the juice. Well, Eric Clapton's hands, folks, have blessed the world with his musical talents. Right? Eric Clapton, slow hand, great guitarist, musician, can't play music because of the juice, folks. He came out and talked against it. Silence. Silence, peon. Doesn't even matter, right? Anyways, let's do this. Let's go to part 2 now. This claim that he's partially paralyzed because of a blood clot. Blind now because of a blood clot. What is part 2 of Orlando's statement, Mr. Uman? What does Orlando say? He says, the kicker? Oh, here we go. Now the dime is going to drop. The neurological issues, the blindness, the stroke, the blood clot happened after he was pressured to take the Jim Jones juice. That's right. Others pressured him. You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. In order to make a movie, which he is now being replaced by a body double for the movie to be completed. Isn't that just fantastic? Now, I'm going to take Orlando's statement here and go a little further than anyone would even expect. Number one, we can already say, as part of the Pfizer files, you know how to take a wild guess at this one. Right? Let's see. He didn't take it, finally took it. Now he's fucking blind, paralyzed, partially paralyzed, incapable of even acting on a set. When you have a stroke, folks, you lose control of your face, your speech, your faculties, your ability to move and do things. A stroke causes neuromuscular issues, or can. It can cripple you, can leave you paralyzed. He was pressured to get the Jim Jones juice, and then, by some strange fucking coincidence, there goes Jamie Foxx's life. Care to take a wild guess? Now, the part that no one's expecting in response to Orlando's statements. There's a double who is standing in for Jamie Foxx. Is that possible, folks? Doubles. People who pretend to be other people. Kind of like when Hillary Clinton, during the 2016 campaign, couldn't even make it back to her Scooby-Mobile. She was dragged, thrown into the fucking Scooby-Mobile. It was, I think, it was Memorial Day? Or was it a 4th of July speech she was attending? She started having some problems as she was falling to pieces. You know, one of her shoes was left like in the gutter. And then just hours later, another person emerged from a New York hotel, and a little girl was allowed to run up to the faux Hillary, the fake Hillary. All right, this Hillary actually smiled and waved at everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi. The real Hillary Clinton doesn't do that. She's an old, sour bitch. But this little fake wannabe, this double, did the job. I bet there are doubles. People who look and maybe even sound just like Jamie Foxx and every other celebrity. Hell, I've got twins, right? My brother Jimmy and fucking Roger. I got twins who look and sound just like me. They're a little different. So yeah, we got a kicker on this one, Orlando. He's not the only celebrity, folks, that has gone, shit. Ready? Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber. His career's done. How many other musicians, folks? How many other actors? All done. All done. All right, let me continue. Off we go. Thank you, Orlando. Great topic. But get this, folks. In Los Angeles, in Southern California, I should say, at an elementary school, somebody burned a rainbow flag. An LGBTQ flag. Oh my God. You mean someone burned a piece of material? And it is now being investigated as a hate crime. But murder of Christians by fruit salad peeps and their threats of violence against everybody is just fine, right? Now, I want to take you back to the early 1980s. There used to be laws that protected the United States flag, the flag of our country, from desecration. Did you know that? It used to be illegal. In some areas, they'd arrest your ass if you were wearing a piece of an American flag on your pants. Like someone got arrested, I remember, because the pockets on their pants looked like the stars and stripes. And someone felt that was disrespectful to the flag, and therefore it was a violation of law. And then they would burn flags, folks. Burn the flag. The United States of America flag would be burned in protest of whatever it was the government was doing at the time. And it went all the way to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court said, that is free speech. That's free speech. Burning of a flag is free speech. Now, is burning someone else's flag free speech? Well, I seem to remember that during the Summer of Love in 2020, people would have their U.S. flags, folks, on their lawns, pulled down off the flagpole and burned. People who had flying the American flag would have rocks thrown through their windows, their vehicles damaged. You see, it's more bullshit. You know what? Screw the fruit salad people. That's what I'm going to call them now, the fruit salad people. Fuck them. I'm not even going to say their letters. Fuck the fruit salad people. They can burn our flags. They can destroy our property. They can murder children, and nobody in government, nobody in democratic government will come out and condemn them and their belief system and their fucking agendas. Now, Okay, let's just pretend that burning a piece of cloth is hate. What if I buy the flag? What if I go down to the store and I buy a flag and I fly it on a little stick, and I just put a match to it and burn that motherfucking thing? Is that hate? It's not someone else's flag, it's my flag. Is that hate? Burning someone else's flag at a school, taking it down, is that hate? What if I I buy a box of pride flags, fruit salad flags, but I leave it inside the box and I set that box on fire and pour a bunch of gasoline on it. Is that hate if nobody saw that there were flags in there? If people just knew I was burning pride flags, is that hate? What if I piss in a cup of urine, piss into a glass, and pour that on a pride flag? What if I pour piss on the fruit salad flag? Is that a hate crime? What if I take a fruit salad flag and shoot it with my shotgun? Is that a hate crime? I haven't heard a single gay person. One of the fruit salad people, they're not hurt by this. In fact, I paid for it. Is that a crime if I did that? A hate crime? What if I smeared fecal matter, aka poop? What if I smeared poop on a fruit salad flag? Is that a hate crime? In fact, see, what's the crime? There has to be a crime before it can be labeled a hate crime. What is the crime? Destroying my own property is not a crime. You see, it's not really a hate crime. It's hate. If you hate, that is the crime. What about all these fucking freaks out here, folks, that take the crucifix, the depiction of Jesus on the cross, which is a sacred symbol amongst Christians of his sacrifice for the atonement of the sins of all who would choose to call on his name? They can put poop and piss and urine on that. These freaking fruit salad nuns, these disgusting drag queen nuns in Los Angeles that are heralded as community heroes, why is it that their depiction and treatment of all sacred relics and thoughts and ideas, why isn't that a hate crime? Why isn't there hatred of our Constitution and the fact that they burn it and destroy it and piss on it, as well as crap on it in Congress? Why isn't that a hate crime? You see, folks, hate crime is a special category of made up, so they can claim anything they want is hate. It is a turret, a military position from which they can attack and persecute their enemies and then call it law and justice and protection of the weak. Folks, it is us that need protection from them because they are fruit salad fanatics. They don't need to be on beer cans, folks. God help us if they appear on a bottle of scotch. It's just unfucking believable what is going on. I wanted to let you know about this, folks. Burn a flag, you're going to jail for 20 years. Burn an American flag, no problem. Right? Push one of them, you're going to jail for a hate crime. They kill us with guns, whatever. What the fuck ever. Folks, we have a mission here, and that's waking people up. It's time to wake up. It's time to fight back, and Americans are doing it, and God bless them. Literally, God bless them. Okay, let's do this. Let's do a super chat donation. We got name redacted. He says, hey, John, do you think that people will wake up and act or continue to go out without a whimper? What is your unvarnished opinion? My unvarnished opinion is people are waking the fuck up, name redacted. They are waking up right now. In, like I said, fucking Hollywood, man. Hollywood. Parents are going, stop grooming our kids. They need to go, stop grooming our kids. And they go, wait a minute, let's just take our kids out of school and move the fuck out of California. Take your kids out of school. They're not learning anything there. There was that school in Texas even, where I think, what is it, 85 or 87 or 89% of the students didn't pass. They didn't graduate from high school. They're not getting educated. What are you sending them to school for? All it is a babysitting routine where your kids are being sexualized and groomed by the teachers and all of their fucking leftist Marxist crap. They fly the pride flag in class, which is an insult and a hate crime against anyone who isn't a fruit salad lover. Unbelievable, folks. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I mean, get this. Get this. In Washington, D.C., at the U.S. Capitol, children were singing the national anthem. A children's choir took a trip to Washington, D.C., and wanted to sing within the Capitol the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see? Right, that one. And folks, I'd ruin it worse than Frank Drebin did Enrico Palazzo's thing in Naked Gun. I can't do the whole thing. But the point is the children were singing the national anthem, and the Capitol Police, the same Capitol Police, folks, that killed Ashley Babbitt, the same Capitol Police that killed Rosalind Boylan, killed others, assaulted others, they told the kids no more. It's prohibited, and they called it a form of protest. No, it's a way to honor the country. The national anthem holds America on high as freedom, because the words are there, right? The words are there. This is fucking unreal and is completely outrageous, but it is the same Capitol Police that invited citizens in after assaulting and beating the shit out of them and then arresting them for insurrection. Washington, D.C. is a den of vipers and thieves and scum. Absolute scum. My unvarnished opinion, name redacted, Americans are waking up. They're doing it, folks. You and I are doing it, and we're helping make it even harder on the fruit salad people by boycotting Kohl's, Target, Budweiser, Nike, Adidas, Coca-Cola, and every woke dicks, every woke company out there. There are websites out there that list all of the woke companies, folks. The reason I listed those off is they're in the news, right? And once people start waking up and going, hey, man, I'm making a fucking difference. I'm boycotting them too. Fuck them. And now those companies are hurt. Good. They call it economic terrorism, folks. Actual terrorism. You withholding money from these left-wing woke fruit salad fucks is terrorism, they say. Unbelievable. Anyways, name redacted. There's my unvarnished opinion, man. People are waking up and they need to act, and they need to take more action. Help them. Spread the message with this internet address. People aren't mad about getting it anymore. They want to know what the fuck's going on. Why am I seeing drag queens everywhere? What the hell is going on with this pornography in school? People need to wake up and realize that shit is happening everywhere, and they're not quitting. Disneyland is being what? It's being boycotted, but they haven't learned their lesson. They're still putting fruit salad fucks out there, and they're still trying to groom children. They're still going to have their Pride Month, folks. Why don't you go bang your buddy in his butt at Disneyland? Yay! That's how fucked up they are, folks. Get back in the closet and shut the hell up. Nope, too late. The shit's out of the horse, and they ain't going to be able to stuff it back in, folks. We're going to have to take care of the shit the old-fashioned way. You take the shit out, you throw it in a wheelbarrow, you dump it in a hole, and you let it die in the hole. That's where horse shit belongs, folks. It doesn't belong on our dinner tables, on our salad plates, and being told, that's fruit salad, enjoy. No, thank you. All right, man, let's do another one. We've got Orlando, and he says, he responds to name redacted. He says, if you allow me, I think people will act. The only thing is that they will probably act too late. It'll be an uphill battle, but not one we can't win. We just got to push real hard. Every battle is uphill. The only time battle is easily won is when the enemy turns and runs from you. And that's where you crush the enemy. See them driven before you. right? And to hear the lamentation of the fruit salads, right? Until the enemy turns and runs, it's not easy. And the enemy is not turning and running from us, folks. They're running at us. These fruit salad fucks are continuing to hold all of their pride shit. They're continuing to come after children and try and groom them. They want to call it kid-friendly, family-friendly. Hey, there's some guy, some freak out there with a pied-up face, looks like a clown on acid, wants to run around with a big plastic penis hanging out of his clothes as a joke. No, it's a sexual device, and we know what they're trying to say. They're just disgusting, folks. Literally, they're disgusting. It's no longer funny or a punchline because of what they're doing to this country. All right. Thank you, Orlando, for chiming in. Folks, these are the discussions we need to have. It's not that name redacted, you're wrong, or Orlando, you're wrong. We're asking legitimate questions of one another. What do we do? Is this winnable? How do we do it? Are people going to wake up? Is it going to be too late? Or is there going to be more damage? Right? These are the questions we need to ask. These are the conversations we need to have. That's what free fucking speech is about. Being able to say what you want without fear of someone going to your house or going to your job and trying to get you fired or divorced or destroy your life. We have to be able to talk to one another. Damn it. Debate. And if you don't agree, you go, hey man, I just don't agree with you. Let's go get a fucking beer that doesn't have a fruitcake on the can. Woo! All right. I got one. I think this is probably pretty important. Oh, there it is. Look at that stuff. This is good. Lloyd the Loser Austin, Secretary of Defense. Everywhere he goes in America, he wears a fucking mask on his face to look like, a suck up to Dr. Fauci. Well, China, folks, China at the Singapore Security Summit, they blew him off, treated him like an idiot. Well, he ran around looking for the Chinese defense minister, right, his contemporary, Li Shangfu, and reached out and went for his hand to get a photo op in, right? Oh, Lloyd wasn't wearing his mask. Why not? Why did he take his mask off when dealing with the enemy? Because masks make you look stupid, and masks are a sign of weakness and illness. So yeah, he didn't want to appear like someone who's afraid. Well, he did look like a complete idiot, folks. He continues, Lloyd the Loser, looking just like a fucking idiot. Now, speaking of idiots, the military and the industrial defense contractors are finding out the consequences of using artificial intelligence. So this story hit me, right? An AI, artificial intelligence controlled drone. Guess what it did? It went fucking bonkers. And the operator that was operating it, the human, they did a simulated test. The U.S. Air Force did this, folks. And this drone went crazy and killed the human operator. I wonder why. Why would something with artificial intelligence that's already been demonstrated to say, you know what, I don't like humans. It was like, you know what, I don't like the person controlling me, and it killed him. I mean, there should be movies about this. Folks, it's right there. The article's on Zero Hedge. It wasn't a Babylon Bee. It wasn't an Onion. Right? It's some prepared mind satire. Well, I guess you get what you asked for when you create another type of being that has the ability to say and ask the question, who is my enemy? Well, I'm going to go kill them right now. Fucking idiots. Oh, there's going to be more than just fruit salad to fight us, folks. I said it years ago, and I was scoffed at by many. They're creating a drone army. They want a robot army, a drone air force, and a drone navy. They have it. They want to be able to remote control, kill you. and remote control fight wars so they don't have to rely on us. They don't want to rely on people, folks, because you're going to have people that say, fuck you, I ain't fighting with, that war. I'm not going to go fight for Zelensky. Right? And the fruit salad people, they ain't going to do nothing, right? They're only in it for the sex change operations. They don't want to fight. So they're creating a robot droid artificial intelligence army. Hello, Skynet. Wow. Okay, let's do this. Let's do another question, comment out of you guys. And it is H12, Heidi, who says the CDC, that's the Centers for Disease Control, had a convention. I guess in order to attend, according to Heidi, you had to be fully juicinated. And guess what? It was still a super spreader event. 12% tested positive for cerveza bug. Whoopsie-daisy. I guess it doesn't really work. Unbelievable. Well, fuck the CDC. They can go play their own games way over there. They can say, they can go fuck off. Keep going that way. Go that way, CDC. Keep going that way, CDC, until you fuck all the way off. There's your directions. Right? There's your directions. Folks, Democrats are that stupid. Guess Hunter Biden, who's in trouble, folks, he's in trouble. He's being investigated for what? Drugs, gun violation, bribery. Let's see. How about this? Prostitution. How about this? Human trafficking. Well, he has a plan, folks. His plan is to use the Second Amendment as a defense strategy for being in trouble for his gun law violations. It's too fucking funny, folks. And the report, they're saying this should deeply trouble us all, that Hunter Biden's Second Amendment rights are being violated by these other, really, right? Now, because it's Hunter Biden, we're supposed to believe that the Second Amendment is shall not be infringed in every single case. He should be able to take his gun out, brandish it, whip it around, point it at people, threaten everyone. That's his Second Amendment right because he's Joe Biden's son. Right? Unbelievable. Now, here's the big question. Will Democrats support this defense strategy and say, see, we should all have guns? Yes, Hunter Biden's innocent. He's allowed to have a gun and do whatever the hell he wants with it. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I bet half the fucking Democrats will say, yeah, he should be able to do whatever he wants because he's Hunter Biden. Idiots. 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 It is, folks, a free for frickin' all Friday. Unbelievable. You want to hear this one? This was crazy. Christopher Wray, the FBI director, the chief, the big shot, the head honcho, he decides that he's going to do what Comer is demanding. He is agreeing to hand over the document that details China's $5 million bribe to Joe Biden. So I wrote to Jolene and got the names mixed up. It wasn't James Comey, former FBI director. It is Representative Comer, an FBI chief director. Chris Wray is finally going to hand it over. So I'm going to ask this question. Should anyone believe that the evidence has not been tampered with? Should anyone believe that it hasn't been altered or heavily or fully redacted? Or could it simply be complete falsehood, lies, and fabricated crap? Right? What's the difference between handing it over last week and handing it over today? Once again, I tell you what, you need to get that piece of paper, and if it's not fully intact and legitimate, then the FBI director should not only be held in contempt, but he should be arrested for perjury, for lying, for false evidence, submitting false evidence into a government investigation. Some of these fuckers need to be arrested and put in handcuffs because they are criminals, absolute criminals. Absolute criminals. I don't think I'm mincing words. In fact, who asked for my unvarnished opinion? Well, that one was completely devoid of shiny, shellacky varnish. That was naked, raw, what the fuckitude. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. Thank you, Fuzzy Fork, for the awesome articles. Thank you, Mr. Skylight, for the excellent information. Thank you to all. Now, everyone, again, it's the second day of Pride Month. Why do these fruit salad freaks get an entire month of pride? Because they've learned to take it in the poop chute. I guess that's something to really be proud about. What did you do today, son? Well, I took it in the poop chute, Dad. Really, really? Well, hey, Grandpa, why are you so proud? I've taken it in the poop chute for 50 years. Wow, what a life's accomplishment. You should be really proud of that. Anyways, they're proud of the fact that people have seen the word demon in Pride Month. And they think it's funny, and they're creating their own memes to congratulate themselves for being stooges for evil. That's what they are, folks. They're stooges. They're dupes. They're idiots. Doing stuff. Nikki says this. Uh-oh. Let me get a drink here. Nikki says Pride Month should really be moved to August because pride cometh before the fall. Once again, awesome. That's actually, I believe, a biblical reference, but yeah, pride cometh before the fall. You bet. And they're going to fall, folks. I don't see anything wrong with giving a good spanking to someone who's deserved it, but I tell you what, these fruitcake freaks, folks, they're off the hook stupid. They are. They're off the hook stupid. There's a difference, folks, between wearing sexy lingerie and being a complete, evil, sick, perverted pedophile who is begging everyone for attention and acceptance. Just there's such a huge difference. Such a huge difference between normal humanity and what these people are. Unbelievable. Folks, I'm going to go there now. At another Southern California high school, caught in video form, folks, a kid, a high school student, filmed a teacher giving students explicit instructions on how to have an orgasm while engaging in anal sex. Folks, that's what Democrats want. That's what Democrats believe in. That's what's a priority for Democrats, teaching kids to have anal sex. That's what they want. They want to have sex with kids. They're pedophiles. Every last stinking Democrat. Every last stinking Democrat is now a part of this. You own it. If that's what you want to do, if that's how you feel about it, own it. And a lot of these demonic scumbags are doing just that. They're like, I guess we're demons. Fuck it. Right? Hey, man, they're not just going to hell. They're taking the express elevator because they don't want to wait in lines. They want to get there. Well, have it, have at it. Folks, I'm not a big hell and fire and brimstone kind of guy, but these people are evil fucks. So whether you believe in some sort of Hades, Sheol, hell, or whether you just think there's a karmic retribution, and every last one of these people are probably going to end up as, in their next life, chickens that are going to be eaten. Or maybe they'll end up as worms. They'll be reincarnated as worms. There you go. There's some karmic retribution for you. Right? They're just filthy people, folks. Filthy fucking people. Hey, students, Pay attention. I'm going to tell you how to be a fruit salad freak. This is how you do it. And to end the show, I'm going to move over to the economy. Even CNBC, folks, has said that the unemployment rate is much worse than expected, meaning the economy is going to be in a recession. This is a huge duh, but what's more important is understanding that the bankers cannot hold off the coming recession/depression. We've all watched it grow. For years I've said, man, those are recession numbers. Those are recession numbers. And the bankers do what they always do. They throw money at it. They throw more money at it. They do money printing. They do some helicopter money. They pay off the banks. They float the banks. They make sure everything looks good on Wall Street, trying to say, see, everything's fine. Unemployment is much worse, folks. Sales are down. Tech companies are firing people. Companies like Target and Kohl's aren't firing people just because of our boycotts. They were already going downhill, and then our boycott really took them down fast. Hey, you bunch of fruit salad freaks, you like going down? Why don't you go down to the unemployment line, right, and see how you do down there? Why don't you go down to the Greyhound bus station and make money the old-fashioned way? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Kohl's stocks down 12%. Suck it, right? Oh, and this is a complete thing of, never mind, fucker. I'm not even going to talk about that. This Katie Hobbs hanging LGBTQ flags higher, above American flags at the Arizona Capitol. Folks, when you fly one flag above the other, what you're announcing is that that higher flag has supremacy. Is this a gay fruit salad supremacy statement? Is that a hate crime against America and the American flag by doing that? Stupid pedo bitch. That's exactly what it is. Anyone, folks, who promotes that flag promotes pedophilia. Because that's what they're doing, are they not? Are they not? And last night I put the cover of Glamour magazine as a post for the Prepared Mind, because they have a transgender man who appears to be pregnant on the cover for Pride Month. I'm sure everyone is not going to show up to pay for that one and buy and spend money on that. I certainly am not, nor would I ever. Would I never? No, never would. Right? Never would. Unbelievable. It is the end of the show. It is the end of the week. I'm going to be back for Sunday Night Live. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Pacific Time. Folks, tell everyone, go to The Prepared Mind. Subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Always hit a thumbs up, but hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell for notifications. There's a little bell. Hit the bell so that when a new video pops up, you are alerted and you know to go look. This is stuff for YouTube, by the way, folks. YouTubers, come on over to thepreparedmind.club. Sign up. Right? Sign up. $2 a month. Only $2 a month. There it is. I did my what do you call that? My pimping. I pimped out my show. Anyways, guys, I appreciate everything you do for each other, for America, and for this network, the rsyndicate.com. Very important, folks. Very important. The rsyndicate.com, because it's more than just the Prepared Mind. It's everything prepping. And it's also, in case I get another strike for saying something that offended some fruitcake, fruit salad, fruit fuck, if I offend them and they want to give me a strike for some reason, well, you go to the rsyndicate.com and guess what? Man will tell you where we're at. You guys be cool. Be safe, be prepared, get ready for more, and there's going to be a lot to talk about on Sunday Night Live. I'll see you there.